Welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I wanted to provide a 30-day update on my Instinct. So I'm not going to really spend a whole lot of time talking about this watch just because I think there's just a lot of information already on these. I think Does Fit, Chase Summit, DC Rainmaker have really kind of thoroughly reviewed these. There's nothing more I can add that they already talked about. I'll kind of just give you kind of my experience thus far. So using this watch, I still, the weather's been kind of crappy here, so I haven't had a chance to really test out the GPS for cycling. I've walked with it and it was fine, so I don't have a whole lot of kind of cycling or GPS review in place. Mine's been mostly just elliptical and weight training. And as far as the new updated heart sensor, I found it to be, I think, an improvement over the previous generation. Typically when I lift weights, I always wear one of the kind of upper arm monitors, like a Scosche or a Polar OH1. I hate chest straps. I have one, but I seldom wear it. But with this one, I found it to be obviously, not as good as a chest strap. It's not super accurate, but I've noticed it is improved over the last generation, and I'd say it's close to or on par with like my Scosche. So I've actually been just using this for my weight training now, and I found that usually with wrist space, it's kind of that lag. As soon as you finish a set, it takes a while for it to catch up. But this one, was always peaking. So very happy with the wrist-based sensor on this unit. The only con that I've kind of discovered with this watch is that there's a bit of a lag. And let me see if I can, show it here. First, let me see if I can wipe the screen off a little bit here. All right, there we go. So there's a little bit of a lag I've noticed with the watch. When I press this button, there's about a second or so delay. So press. All right, so see, it's going quick, but there's been times where I've pressed it, and I almost pressed it again because I thought maybe it didn't register. Yeah, now it's okay. So I stand corrected. So I think maybe they fixed that because I was noticing it quite often. So maybe that's kind of been a resolved issue now. So that's good. But otherwise, that was the only gripe I had with it. Otherwise, it's been a great watch. Everything you kind of expect this thing to do, it does. It's easy to sleep with for the most part. It is a little thick, but so light that sleeping with it is actually doable for me. I usually can't sleep with watches, so I've managed with this one. A few nights I've taken it off where I've been kind of having a hard time, but otherwise, two thumbs up for this watch, man. This has been, one of the best watches I've used so far. So yeah, that is pretty much it on this watch. But I think I might be exchanging it because I've got something new that arrived finally. So let's take a look what I got here. And I wanted to recognize Play Better for not only helping me get into my Instinct, but also my new watch, which is obviously spoilers right in the title. It's the Fenix 7. So they provided me with a discount to be able to obtain all these watches for my reviews. Kind of helps me get into more gear and provide reviews. And if you're not familiar with Play Better, they are my go-to store. I think they could be yours as well. You should check them out. They have a lot of great benefits as far as 2-day shipping, a very generous return policy, and just really good customer service. So case in point, this Fenix has been back ordered for quite a while. Play Better has provided me updates throughout the whole process with supply chain updates from Garmin. And on Sunday, they sent an email that they're expecting some of the Fenixes to arrive, but not my color. I had ordered the black, but they were getting the gray one. So on a Sunday, I shot them an email saying, can I swap out mine, my black one for the gray one, just so I can get something. And within 10 minutes, I got a reply back saying, absolutely, it'll ship out today. So I'm like, wow, so that easy. And to their word, it arrived today. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that one and see how that one looks. So let me just unbox it and unpack it. I urge you to go ahead and at least go on their website, check it out. They also have got a used section as well, where you can sometimes save a few bucks on maybe some return items. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to take a look at both the Fenix and their used inventory. But yeah, I'm very happy with them, so definitely check them out. And I think you'd play better for helping me get this watch sooner than later. So let's jump right into it here. This actually is a little exciting for me because while I've owned maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 Fenix watches, I've never owned the Fenix Sapphire. So really kind of anxious to see kind of what those feel like from a weight savings, because, you know, obviously with the Fenixes, it's always been kind of a major letdown is the weight compared to like the Instinct. So anxious to see what we got here. So, you know, I really wanted the 7X because of the LED light, but it's just, you know, the 7X is just too big, you know, for me to wear. But here we go. So you can kind of see right away what we're looking at here. Size wise, now this is a 47 millimeter and this is a 45. But interesting part, if you guys saw one of my earlier videos, is this one's actually 47. It just kind of, you know, angles up. But let's go ahead and power this bad boy on. And there we go. You know, that's always kind of a dilemma I'm in between these two. Is, well, I love the Instinct's size and weight. You know, I just end up missing the color kind of vivid screen. So I'm always kind of torn between, you know, which one do I go with. So, you know, obviously I'm gonna keep both and kind of test them out and, you know, keep them both in my inventory, but it's always a tough call between these two. Now the interesting thing about this Fenix is that this is the gray one. So I had initially ordered the black, and on the Garmin website, you know, the black and the gray look almost identical. But now that I have them in person, you can kind of definitely see the difference between, you know, black and gray. So if I hold up like a black knife, I don't know if that's a good one to hold up, but yeah, I mean, you can definitely see the grayness now, where before on the web you couldn't really see it. I mean, kind of see right here, black versus the gray. So it's a little more distinct in person than it was on the web. So let's get this connected to my phone. Oh, you're welcome. But here we go. So yeah, definitely kind of, you know, first impression is I can definitely already kind of see the, you know, the size difference between the two. I mean, this one is just, you know, a bigger watch. And it's just, yeah, I mean, you notice the size difference right away and the weight difference. Although, you know, I can say that, you know, the Sapphire version does, or the titanium version does feel a little bit lighter than, you know, since I talk about it quite often, I figured it'd be a good time to show off some of the Garmin or the Fenix watch straps that I use for my Instinct. So let me get a couple out here and just to kind of show you guys what kind of how these kind of aftermarket ones compare to the originals. So as you see, the original ones have plastic ones. They're pretty tight, whereas these nice metal ones go in there like butter. And then the other ones I've gotten are also the plastic ones, and these are pretty stiff, but there you go. See, these work pretty great. Options for both the Fenix and the Instinct, but I think I'm gonna go with a white on this one. Let's see what this looks like. It's actually a white and black two-tone, so it's got, you know, kind of black kind of coming through there, but I think we're gonna go with, I don't know, either white or maybe I'll switch it to the gray. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys kind of how these aftermarket ones compare to the original ones. You can kind of see pretty much the same thing, except for I tend to favor kind of the these metal ones I stumbled upon. And these are just much more easier to use. All right. But I think that's it for this one, guys. So just a quick kind of random video. Now that I have both of these, I'll definitely be doing some longer tests. And I still got my Coros here in the background that I haven't quite used a lot, to be honest, just because, you know, it doesn't cater to my kind of activities as much. But I have it just as a kind of a you know, another one to test with. So just to have two different brands to test with. So, you know, I plan on taking the bike out by this weekend. So hopefully I'll start doing some GPS tests on all these to see how they do. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one. And if I have anything kind of insightful to add over the next couple weeks, I'll come back and talk about the Fenix 7 once I've kind of gotten some miles under it. But hope you're having a good rest of your day, and talk to you later.